What's up, Poopy fam? It's Mike back at it today, and I have a bag. And inside of this bag is a Vittoria Air Liner. Alright, so we're doing things a little bit different this time. So I had to improvise. As you can see, I'm inside the house. Got the Jeff C back on the bike stand. I've already done the rear tire, so I needed some practice before I shot this video, because this job right here, any tire liner you do on a tubeless tire is a pain in the butt. And yeah, so this is not easy. Let's get to it. So first thing we're gonna do is you're going to open up your package. So it's pretty cool. Vittoria, they give you this reusable bag for every single tire liner you get. Mad cool. But this is what you get in the bag. This will fit up to a 29-inch wheel, and this one specifically. But on the bag, it has different sections. It has like small, XC, marathon, and it gives you like all the ratings on the tires. So that's pretty simple. But first step you're gonna do is you're gonna pull it out, and then you're going to get your rim right here, and you essentially have to measure it out. So this is the easy part. So sorry to scare you guys in the beginning about like, oh man, this is the hardest thing ever. But the hardest thing ever is actually getting the tire back on. So you're gonna go ahead, wrap this around the rim, and then you're going to measure it, and then mark it with a Sharpie. And then after you mark it with a Sharpie, we're going to have to cut it. So you wanna make sure you double check everything, that everything is super tight. And then what I do is I'll sit there and I'm marking on the other side to show you. I'll put like a line all the way down like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. And then you just take that off, throw your rim to the side. And then we're just going to take a knife, sharpest knife you got. I got my Smith & Wesson here, and use a, cut on something you don't want to cut through, because yeah, you have to use a lot of force to cut these. All right, and now that it's cut, I usually like to make sure that it fits back on the wheel again. And it's a perfect fit. And now what we're gonna do is, because you can't just leave it like this, like flapping around, you know. Well, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to put some holes in this and zip tie it together. So what I usually like to do is I like to use a Allen key. It's pretty simple, and then you just, it's foam. You just shove it right through, see? And then I'll go ahead and do this on the other side. Bam, problem solved. Grab your zip tie and shove it right through those holes, right down through. And again, I apologize. I just was bumming it. As you guys know, I'm a stay-at-home father, do a lot of work around the house. That's why I don't upload a lot of videos, but I have been biking a lot. And actually, I'm doing this in preparation for heading to Virginia. There's a mountain bike facility in Danville. I wouldn't call it a facility. It's more like a state park, I'm guessing. And they have I'd say about almost close to 20 miles of single track. And so going up there with my buddy and taking the Jeff C, I wanted to make sure that everything was all good. So just maintain the bike. But we're gonna go ahead and zip tie this as alright, that's tight, and then you clip this off to get it out of the way. Alright, so now that we've got our liner all zip tied and everything right there, we're going to go ahead and make sure that still fits on here. Always double check, but I mean, you've already cut it, so you really don't have to do this. This is just me being extra. But I want to give you guys an idea of what it's going to look like while it's sitting inside tire. So, there you go. That's how it is going to sit on the tire. And as you can see, there's holes every so often to allow the sealant in. Like there's one like, where is it? Right there. And then there's another one right here. But You're not gonna leave this on like this. Now it's time to go get your tire and the fun begins. So the first step you're gonna do is you're going to want to get 1/2 of the tire on the wheel. So as you can see, only one side's on. I have to work on the floor because this takes a lot of muscling. So once you've got one side on and you've got the tire positioned how you want to, this is how I position my tires. I usually put the two on DHR2 up with the valve. You're gonna take your liner here and you're going to shove it right into the tire. And of course you wanna make sure that this is seated all the way in when you do this, so you do not rip or tear the liner with your tire levers. Now, there is a trick to this, and I call this the hippie MTB trick, and I learned this through auto mechanics. So, you're going to struggle a lot with this. So, the best thing to do is just scream at it. Like, I'm not joking, because I was breaking a sweat putting on the rear wheel one. So you know what? Just let that aggression out that's already gonna build up by putting a tire liner on and just scream at it. But now we move on to the next step. So you're gonna go ahead, just like a normal tire, you go ahead and work it in with your fingers. And these DHRs are a pain in the butt to already get on these. That's what makes it way worse. And you're just gonna go all the way around, make sure it's all in there, and then when you start getting to the top here, is when you're gonna start needing to use some force. Now, this is what I do, so I tried talking calmly to it. I'd be like, you're a nice DHR, you do mad jumps, and you go over mad chunk, but that didn't work. So what I had to do is, you Pete, get on the tire! But no, in all seriousness, when you get it up here, you're gonna go ahead, pull this back as far as you can. You're really gonna need your muscles. And this is the trick that I found out that worked with the rear tire. And then what I'll do is I'll start slowly working it in there, because the purpose of these liners is to actually, like, it stops the sidewalls from giving out. And from like burping your tires if you're like riding hard on berms. But the issue though when putting on this is that if you only do one side at a time, this starts coming undone. So you really have to start muscling it on there. But I'm not gonna have you watch all that because frankly, this is a pain in the butt. And it's part of the lifestyle. If you wanna run tire inserts, you just got to bear the brunt or pay someone else to do it. So that's where we're at right now in this situation. Oh, but look at that. Yeah, see? Just came undone right there. So, I'll come back to you when this is back on the tire. So it's official. I'm sweating. You can see sweat, yeah. It took me quite some time to get it on. Now my tire levers are like kind of stuck in here. But yeah, this was a lot of force. This is some heavy duty work. But, you know, as long as you don't have to change tires that often, I guess it's worth it, right? But I'll go ahead and pull them out. And what you want to do is just make sure that it's seated in place, because you're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go set the bead with whatever your preferred method is. You know, I use an air compressor out in the garage, so that's what I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna go remove the valve core and then shoot some air up there. So I'll see you when I get back. All right, so I went ahead, seated the tire, still got the valve core out because I'm gonna go ahead and put sealant in it. As you can see, the liner is in there because this is completely flat, you know, no air in the tire, and look, it's right there. So, my wheels are protected. So let's go ahead and throw some sealant in it. I'll go ahead and talk more about these airliners and why I chose them. See you in a bit. Alright, so it's all back on together, sealant's in it, made sure it was all good, you can hear it in there. Also put me new muck-off valves on, if you can see them bad boys. They're super pink, super muck-offy. Been holding off on it until I upgraded these tires with some airliners. But yeah, I'll go ahead and put that on the bike, but I wanted to talk about these airliners though. So, as I stated, you get like this cool nifty bag. I got 2 bags now. I'm just probably gonna use them as helmet bags. But the thing that I wanted to point out most, sorry to go out of the frame of the camera, this is kind of a janky video, but this is the true Michael, you know? But what I want to point out is that there's different sizes right there. You've got the small 1.9 to 2.2, 5 medium, 2.3 to 2.5, which you know is all mountain enduro. That's what this Jeff C is. Large enduro plus 2.6, 2.7, then plus fat for 2.8 to 4. And so I've done a lot of research on these, and these seems to be the best value you get. I found these off of eBay from a seller called Moto. Let me see if I can find. No way in shape sponsored by this guy, but he had the best deals on these, and they got shipped super fast. But Mojo, this guy on eBay, and got them for 39 bucks. So I mean, that's a steal. Usually Cushcore, I think it's somewhere around like, maybe you can get a single one on sale for like maybe $74 is what I was looking around. But I'm hoping to really like these. We're gonna test them out on the trail in Virginia, see how it goes. But haven't been doing a lot of how-to videos. And man, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I haven't been doing any type of videos because, you know, the reality is that stay-at-home dad life is pretty intense. It takes up most of my time, but that's cool and all. But I'm gonna make the time to do this more often because MTB is my life, and cycling, I do it every day. So stay tuned for more. There's lots more to come. Peace out, guys.